Valerie told me that after I stopped talking to her, she was in so much pain that her cousin forced her to pay a visit to a psychologist. His name was Scott Foster, and he quickly revealed to her that he wasn't exactly a psychologist, but he was a specialized mind control expert. As a small proof of his superhuman capabilities, he whispered a simple line into Valerie's ear and claimed that she would experience a very intense headache in the middle of her forehead. He continued to talk, and within seconds, Valerie found her head feeling heavier until suddenly a full-blown headache had formed. When she couldn't take it anymore, he quickly dropped another line and told Valerie that the pain would ease in less than 3 minutes. Sure enough, her headache disappeared completely, shocking Valerie beyond belief. Scott explained that he used something called embedded commands that can easily influence the brain and the body. He explained that these commands go straight to a special part of the brain called insular cortex that is responsible for creating motions and feelings. This made Valerie's mind go crazy with curiosity, and she immediately asked, "Is it possible to use embedded commands to make any man fall in love with me?" "Absolutely," said Scott. "And not only love, you can make any man weak in the knees, uncontrollably romantic, and extremely turned on by using these very commands," he added further. Scott had built up a large list of intensive commands that he called love commands and handed over a few to Valerie immediately. Valerie came up with a slightly evil plan. She reopened her old online dating profile and messaged a very cruel past date. This guy begged Valerie for a date for 3 weeks straight, but when he finally met her in person, he bluntly said, "I am really sorry, I can't do this. You don't look anything like your online picture," and literally ran away in the middle of the date. Valerie used the commands on him as instructed and couldn't believe it when she saw a couple of texts from this very man next morning. He wrote, "Honestly, I was stupid for treating you the way I did, and I know this sounds crazy, but ever since I read your message, my mind hasn't stopped thinking about you. Can we please meet? Eagerly waiting for your call." If this wasn't enough, Valerie was shocked to see a second message where he eagerly wrote, "Hey Valerie, I've been thinking about our little conversation all day, and it's difficult to say this, but I felt a connection between us. I don't want to push you, but I have to ask. Would you like to meet me for dinner tomorrow?" At this point, Valerie was so excited that she could barely contain it. She rushed back to Scott to know more and discovered that these commands caused the male brain to release something called norepinephrine, also known as the excitement hormone. Have you ever seen lovers who are so head over heels into each other that they talk all night and can't go without a moment of longing to touch or see one another? That's because they're high on this very hormone. It leads to a special kind of love sickness where a man's imagination just can't rest and he falls neck deep in love with whoever happens to be nearby when this hormone is circling his body. And this is when Valerie discovered something which changed her life forever.
We've included a link in the description, which will really help you achieve your results faster.